Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Very good. So now we'll have your presentation.
Yeah. Sir, actually, we have not we have prepared our presentation, but in the form of reports, sir.
Yeah, fine. So you can share. You can share
Yes.
your report, and you can just quickly go through it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can just quickly share your report. You can just project your report and go through some salient points.
So, sir, this is our work plan. First, yeah.
Please mention your
First of
group
all-
partners. Mention your group partners.
Yes. Okay. First of all, this is Ashok Kumar, and I'm assistant professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department at Government Women Engineering College, Ajmer, Rajasthan. And my partners are Anand Gashupal and Satya Prakash Patel, and both are from the Birla Institute of Technology, Mesa, Ranchi. And sir, first thing I'm telling you that, and all the participants, that in our college last year a new branch IoT is introduced, but we didn't get any admission in this particular branch because due to the lack of publicity and other things.
Yes.
But this year we are trying to get some students in the IoT branch, which was introduced in the last year. And
This is a master's discipline or undergraduate discipline?
undergraduate discipline.
Undergraduate will be too specialized.
Yes.
Specialized, yeah.
Yes, sir. Last year, AICT developed new branches, around 12 or 13 branches, in which one branch is IoT. So it is
Too
difficult.
specialized, yeah.
Yeah, too specialized, sir. So we are not getting any admission in
Yeah,
the
undergraduate should be a little more broad-based, and IoT can be a specific minor or specific kind of, some elective courses you can have.
Yes.
Fine.
So, sir, in this workshop, in our group has find out some key components, and we have divided into the 5 modules
Yes.
in this IoT workshop. Overall, this workshop is very good, and there is one thing that we need in the upcoming workshops at IIT Bombay, that we can perform the experimental, or we can use the laboratory setup, because we are not having any kind of laboratory based on the IoT.
Yes,
So,
that of
yes.
course can be more physical, when you can come in your physical
Yes,
presence, it will be possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that case, we will visit, sir, at IIT Bombay.
Yeah.
And we have categorized it into the 5 modules. So in this module 1, first we have introduction of the things and definition, characteristics, sensor and actuators. Then further physical design of IoT, IoT protocols, communication models, IoT enabled technologies like wireless sensor network, cloud computing and platforms in IoT, edge computing, IoT levels and templates, domain specific IoT, home management, smart energy utilization, agriculture and IoT and IoE in Indian industries. So this we have prepared in a module 1 that we will discuss with our students also during the training sessions. And in module 2, this is a very specific module that is completely based on the communication. And first we will find out the solution in a communication, especially IoT architecture, 5G communication, what is the requirement in IoT, then the layers, physical layer technology for 5G, then modulation, in which OFDM, FBMC, modulation techniques, ISI, and ICI, and their mitigation and advantage and limitations that we will discuss in uh, to our students after this entire workshop. In module third, we have prepared some IoT physical devices and endpoints and Arduino and Raspberry Pi installation interfaces, Python programming, and controlling controlling output and reading inputs from pins that we have considered in module 3. In module 4, how we can set up the basic IoT platform, and in that case, what is the requirement of the hardware as well as software. Then further, the components used for the lab sessions, examples in which ESP32 Wi-Fi module or other modules, Arduino IDE, Blink Cloud architecture and installation, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and ThingSports. So these are the some kind of IoT open source platform through which we can perform some experiments based on these modules. And in the module 5, this is the specific examples that we have considered, like measurement of the temperature sensor, temperature humidity sensors, motion detection, wireless Bluetooth sensors, ultrasound sensor for the distance measurement, and controlling servo motor, speed control, etc. So that we have considered in the module 5. So this is our entire contents that we have prepared. Thank you, sir.
Yes, very good, very nice. So that was good, and it's important that you continue. You have a cross-country association because you are from Rajasthan and they are from Bihar. So you can have a wide, huge diversity of association here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you must continue the association even afterwards.
Yes, sir.
Your partner is also here.
Yeah.
Arunangshu.
Sir.
Arunangshu and are they here? Patel,
sir. I think 1 second.
He's not there, is it? Okay.
Anyway,
it's okay. So good, very good, very nice. So good, your association should continue even afterwards. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So very good. So now we'll have group 3.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I am sharing my screen.
Yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, it's visible. You can go ahead.
Professors from various institutions. Very good afternoon to all. Myself is Amudan from Adavapachettiar Government College of Engineering Technology, Karaikudi. Our teammates, our group mates, Manoharan sir from Bargur, Dr. M. Kathiresh from PhD College of Technology, Coimbatore. In contrast to what is already told, our institution already has a running curriculum and a lab arrangement. So my presentation will be based on what modification is to be carried out. Instead of preparing a module fresh, existing module, what way it can be improved, or what are the things to be considered before modifying the curriculum. And I am going to discuss what are my takeaway from this 10-day workshop. And my presentation will have curriculum framing, introduction to IoT, sensors, and of course we can see some facilities available at PhD College of Technology, one of my group members, and GC Bargur, another group member. That way I will try to proceed. Curriculum, again, it is already discussed. What we have not done is exploring the probabilities or possibilities of different way in which curriculum can be framed. Maybe IoT can be introduced as a separate course with broad covering various aspects of IoT, or it can be added to the existing courses. IoT concepts can be added to existing courses, or we can have IoT in project, mini project, and such cases. And of course, we can have specific application-oriented courses. These are the possibilities we have to explore. There are specialized courses which can be done, platform specific. This is particularly possible when you have some sponsors, when you have getting sponsors from very big tech giants. How to choose? That is what is coming to my mind now. After attending this course, we have to choose what type of curriculum we have to have. One thing is purpose or outcome. Whether it is research, it is for aiding research of the students, or application, or placement. So based on that, we can choose the curriculum. Of course, students' knowledge level is very, very important. We have to see all those things. Topics which we are going to cover. Domain area, for example, our institution has, our department has a PG in power electronics and drives. So any IoT application aiding that may be a very handy curriculum. Based on the tools available, we can choose. Constraints, time constraint is very, very important. We cannot cover the entire IoT in a single course. So based on the time available for the student for covering this curriculum, we can choose the curriculum. And of course, the challenges we have whenever we want to set up a lab, we have to face the following challenges. I have already presented the sample syllabus of our institutions. Now I will. The definition for IoT already discussed answers the question raised in the morning session. What are things we can connect to the internet? That was the question. This definition, familiar definition, extension of internet connectivity to resource constrained devices, is a very good definition, which means what are the devices that can be connected to internet. This definition answers that. I have introduced this slide to answer that question. Any curriculum development or any teaching should show the overall picture, from where it should start, from where it should end. Maybe top down or bottom up approach, that is shown in this slide. We have to follow any one of this approach, either bottom up or top down approach, to explain the structure of IoT based system. And we have to emphasize the application areas. We have to see the application areas of IoT that should be taught in a better way. And I take a special case, sensors. For example, when we teach about sensors, what can be the teaching plan from the inputs taken? Of course, we can go for definition, types, nature of output, classification of sensors in the IoT perspective. That is one way. In this, what is interesting is data sheets. This data sheets is a very, very study of data sheets is what is not taught in regular curriculum. We don't bother much about these things. I have taken three cases actually. The first case, if you see LM35 data sheet, it gives. It's a temperature sensor. It gives 10 millivolt per degree Celsius. So directly we can convert this voltage into temperature in a direct way. Similarly, if you take Hall effect current sensor, maybe 50 millivolt per ampere, which means current can be direct. That is, voltage can be converted into directly into current, equivalent current for measurement. It's a current sensor. But if you take the other case, the first two sensors actually give analog output. Actually, input is analog, output is also analog. But when we take this sensor, proximity ambient light sensor, the output is digital. It starts from 0 to 256 for that distance, 0 to 80 mm. The output is directly digital form. So whenever students are taught with IoT based devices, they should be aware about the sensor, nature of output from the sensor. That should be given priority in teaching. So data sheet is very, very important. Another thing, the non-linearity. So you can see non-linearity here, which requires some lookup table arrangement or some other calibration, which requires additional computation when we try to use such devices. This is a case special. There is a case study example how to teach a sensor. Not just explaining what is a sensor, how it works, and something like that. We have to see other aspects, application aspects of sensor, particularly in the IoT perspective. This way we have to plan our teaching, I think. And there are other topics, industry and all. And PSG College of Technology, they have Center of Excellence with Texas Instruments. Professor Kadrish, do you want to share anything regarding? Yes, sir.
Yes. So can you please help me in changing the slides?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes, well, as shown here, we have a Center of Excellence in collaboration with Texas Instruments for Internet of Things. So we have done this in year 2019 as an extension of an MOU that we have signed with Texas Instruments for knowledge sharing with university students. So, with the help of, sir, can I go to the next slide? So the main objective of establishing this platform is to provide a hands-on experience for the students in IoT, and it is to provide a platform to carry out research activities for both students and we also provide consultancy services for the industries to adapt themselves with Industry 4.0 revolution. So next. So these are all the application areas, domains in which IoT is used. You can see that it starts with wearables and it goes to automotive. And you also have healthcare, smart manufacturing, home automation, smart projects. So in all these applications, in all these domains, you can see the application of IoT.
But the others, please mute their mic. Mute your mic, please. We can just mute them.
So the next slide. So as we have already discussed, a typical IoT system will actually have a sensing element, actuation, processing, some sort of gateway through which it communicates with the internet, and also the cloud infrastructures and other end terminals like mobile phones and other things. So in Texas Instruments IoT, COE for IoT, we have provisions for all these things. You can see that you have plenty of processing elements. You have got processing elements plus the gateways on single chip. So that is what is called as wireless connectivity processors. And we also have advanced CPU modules, which are used for the applications that need more efficient processing capability. And we also have some sensors and booster packs. And in addition to this, we also have other things which are not from Texas. So like a Raspberry Pi, we have BeagleBone. We have different kinds of sensors. We also have embedded experiment boards, and we have microcontrollers right from an 8-bit microcontroller like 8051 till multi-core processors which are Infineon made. So we have a PIC different versions of PIC, ARM 7, 9, 11, ARM Cortex, M series, everything is there. So we also have MyRio Cerio boards, which are made by National Instruments, which can be programmed with the help of graphical programming environments like virtual, the LabVIEW and other things. So next. So these are all the activities that we normally conduct in our COE with respect to IoT. You can see we organized workshops for students, at least 2 in a semester. And we also have organized faculty development programs, and we offer certification courses. Especially we have a PG diploma course there, which is a 1-year course. Totally 180 hours will be there for this course. A candidate who takes up this course has to be there for 180 hours. That includes both practical and theoretical sessions, and a certification will be given. So that is in collaboration with Texas Instruments. So then we have also provide consultancy services. We have done it for many companies like Pricol, Avaco Electrical Systems, and so many. And we also do funded projects with the help of, by using these facilities available in the centers. Next. So these are all the photographs that were taken during some training programs that we have conducted. You can see in the leftmost side, in 2016 itself, we have organized a faculty development program on real-time embedded systems and IoT. And recently, in the last year, just before the lockdown, we have organized a faculty development program on IoT through TechCube. So we do organize 1-credit courses for our own students through TechCube on IoT, especially on CC3200, which is the Texas Instruments product maker. So we'll be really happy to organize such programs as a part of, by using the facilities available in our college. So we have also organized programs in Assam Engineering College because we are the mentor for that college. I have gone there and we have conducted some programs there. So, Manoharan sir, can you continue your presentation?
I think we can we can be brief and wind up now quickly. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go to next slide. Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Manoharan from Government College of Engineering, Bargur. Go to next slide. Yes. So we do have conducted a lot of hardware courses by using Arduino. But last 1.5 years back, we got the LoRa-based systems, LoRa gateways, LoRa shields, and then that is indoor and outdoor gateways and other things. So we have yet to establish the lab. So once these COVID is over, I think we can do the physical this thing. Otherwise, we have planned to do the Arduino coding and other things by using some simulation softwares like Proteus. So once this is over, I think we can able to do it physically by using this LoRa boards. Thank you, sir, so much.
Okay. Very good. So thank you so much, Group 3. Now, in fact, Group 3 has a very enthusiastic and comprehensive presentation, as you see. And in fact, this would be useful for all the groups. All the groups can benefit from this because they can perhaps invite some of these experts from your institutes to participate in the stakeholder training of other institutions as well. Is that right, Professor Manoharan, Professor Kathiresh? Yeah?
Yes, sir. And
yes, sir.
This definitely helped us to improve our knowledge. So you all know that a lamp can light another lamp only if it continues to burn its own flame. So in the context of teaching, it means a teacher has to update his skill set to give the best of his students. So I think this program has helped us a lot to improve our skill set. So thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. So now, before we go on to Group 4, I want to mention that Dr. Srinivas, is he here? Dr. Srinivas, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Srinivas is here. He'll tell you about the feedback form that he's going to create, which we would want all of you to fill up. Yes, Dr. Srinivas, you can tell them about the feedback.
Yeah, we'll be just pretty soon sharing the link in both WhatsApp group as well as through email. So we request you to fill up this feedback form latest by evening today, so that we will be able to communicate the same to NPIU as a prerequisite for any course by NPIU. Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, so please fill up the feedback form, and we would require your feedback form to be submitted to issue your certificate of participation, right? So we would require your feedback form to be submitted. So Dr. Srinivas, here we will also get the participant information on the feedback form. No, we should
Yes.
do that. Yes.
Yes, Professor. Yeah.
Yeah. So we would require your feedback form to be submitted to issue the certificate of participation.
So in some time, I'll just share it on the chat also, the
On
link,
the chat as well.
as well as on the WhatsApp, as well in the email,
Yes.
so that people can access that link to their
That's-
convenience and then fill the feedback form.
Yes. Please.
Okay, Professor.
Thank you. Yeah. Now we'll have group 4. So group 4, are you there? Okay, if that group 5 then?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I am here. Group 5.
5, yes. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, sir. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, it is. It is. Yes.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon to all. I am Pradeep Kumar Singh from KNIT Sultanpur, presenting my PPT along with Priyanka ma'am from KNIT Sultanpur and Sanmukh Priya ma'am from Madhya Karnataka. This PPT presents a methodology of preparing and implementing a curriculum for teaching IoT suitable for our institutions. These are the outline of our course. First is what is IoT and fundamentals. After learning IoT, we have to move on role of sensors in IoT framework. After that, we are looking into some programming aspect, that is Python programming, and then we will go towards the Arduino programming. Now, after learning Python and Arduino programming, we will learn Raspberry Pi and then implementation of IoT with Raspberry Pi. Then we will move towards fifth generation communication in IoT. After that, we will discuss some IoT applications where data analysis can be applied. At the end of this course, we will try to discuss communication and security aspects in IoT. In module 1, IoT is the networks of devices and everyday objects that are connected via the internet, embedded with sensors that enables them to collect data and exchange data with human interaction. So in this module, we will try to cover the IoT definitions along with domain areas, design goals, advantages, and some challenges of IoT that will cover the future aspects of IoT. In the second module, we will try to discuss about the sensors, role of sensors in IoT, type of sensors, sensor specification, and what are the criteria to choose a sensor. After that, we will set up the environment to start working with Python as the main programming language. We will discuss installation of software and testing of Arduino. Then lab session will be depend upon Raspberry Pi. This session also include the what is Raspberry Pi and how we will work using this. After completion of this, we will cover the fifth generation communication in IoT. Then we will discuss some IoT applications for data analysis. The main applications are audio signal processing, cloud computing, edge computing, and image processing, etc. At the end of our module, we will try to discuss some communication and security aspects in IoT. This will try to cover wireless communication for IoT, channel models, power budgets, data rates, compression and efficient data transmission, physical and network layer protocol for IoT systems, security aspects for IoT, physical and cross-layer interaction. Thank you, sir.
Okay, very good. That was a well-timed and well-planned presentation. Thank you, Group 5. Is Group 4 here now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's have Group 4 now.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sheena Kumar, and I will be discussing about the training and the things which I'm going to share further with the people whom I'm going to train, students. So starting with, first let me share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. So in group 4, basically we three members are there: Abhishek Chen sir and B.S. Bhadra ma'am. So on behalf of them, I'm going to present what all things we have planned to train on. So basically, we have categorized our syllabus, our course into 5 modules. So in module 1, what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss mainly the basics and fundamentals of IoT. IoT is what applications can be deployed, and what are the benefits and challenges we face while deploying IoT. And in module 2, we will discuss about signal, sensors, actuators, and interfaces. So basically, we will see what are different kind of sensors, the different types of it, and what are the basic parameters, some some features that are associated with sensors that we will discuss. And there are certain also we will discuss about certain signal processing, basic signal processing. And in module 3rd, we will discuss basically about networking and cloud computing in IoT. And which usually in networking, we will discuss about communication networks and challenges. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. Yeah.
Okay.
Madam.
Yeah. So we basically will discuss about different communication networks and challenges in networking, and we'll also discuss about some protocols, and we'll be discussing about 5G cellular networks and how IoT communication can be deployed over 5G cellular network. And in module 4, we will discuss about data analysis. We will be trying to take some real data and we'll try to do some analysis. And in module 5, we'll be having here. I have included all the lab sessions, which will be included in module 1. In module 5, basically, we have included our lab sessions based on Arduino, Raspberry Pi, DSP's custom board. And in the end of the session, we will be planning. We are planning to at least try to make some mini projects based on IoT application. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. That's all from my side.
Very good. So very nicely presented, very nicely organized. So I'm very happy to see that all of you are well set to plan both the theory and the lab at your respective institutions. Very good. So very nice. Now we'll have group 6 present.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it is. It is. Yes.
Good morning, professors and all the faculty members. I am going to IC workshop which is to be held in our institute for the stakeholders, those who want to be learn more about the IoT devices and their connectivity. In the last 10 days, we have learned so many things regarding the IoT. I am very thankful to all the professors and experts for giving us the knowledge of the IoT. This was my first IoT workshop where I learned so many things which I have know all the things. So we are group 6 and I am myself Deepak Kori. I am from IIT Ayodhya and two of my group members are there. One is Astha Singh Kushwaha ma'am and she for constitute that EC and IIT Ayodhya, and the another group member is Shruti Shahu ma'am, which is from University College of Engineering, Kota. Now we have a plan some IoT core workshop for our stakeholders. So our objective of this course is I am audible, sir? Na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is audible.
Audio.
Okay. Our objective of this course is to define all the IoT introduction. First, we have to define the introduction, describe the various IoTs, and last, enabling the working knowledge of the Raspberry Pi and Arduino, UNO, and different cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure platform. And this course our course will be divided into 8 modules. There has 6 modules for the theory session and 2 modules for the practical session. And if we want to more practical sessions, then we will implement more training sessions. And the first module is to derive some introductory part of the IoT system. These are some prescribed topics which has definitions, IoT hierarchies, the domain area, sensor systems in IoTs, IoT design goals, training systems, and many more topics which we are discussed
which were defined in this module. In this module again we have session. These are sensors, actuators, and interconnects. These are also defined some proposed topics, which are sensor examples, design questions, design strategies, sensor signal types, and all the things. The second module will define the networking of the IoT nodes and some aspects of the digital signal processing. The third module, which is designed for sensors, from sensors to system of IoT and audio signal processing for IoT and IoT communications, which have defined in the module 3. Next module, in fourth module, where we have defined some smart energy utilization and wireless connectivity solutions for the agriculture purpose or agriculture use cases to the some farmers or some many more applications regarding the IoT network. The fifth module is for practical sessions, and this practical session has some demonstration of the sensors, different types of sensors, and also we have described the AWS platform and Microsoft Azure platform. This will be the practical session where we have deal to the all these types of sensor and platforms. The next module is the sixth module, which have defined IoT or IoT in Indian industry, where what are the IoT devices or IoT principles implemented in our Indian industries. And in the next session, we have defined some fifth generation communication aspects. And in the seventh module, we have defining cloud computing and platforms in IoT, edge computing and IoT in visual applications. And the last module is for practical session again, where the some illustrations of the machine health monitoring system, which was developed, which were developed some applications on ThingsBoard IoT platform. And also we have some developed some apps on the AWS clouds, with the help of AWS clouds, Microsoft Azure and ThingsBoard. That is our planning for the stakeholders for the IoT workshops. Thank you, sir.
Okay, very good.
Hello.
Yes, very good. It's very nicely presented. So you have a comprehensive plan. I'm glad to see. Very nice. So I'm very glad to see that most groups have a reasonably well thought out plan. Very nice. Thank you. Now we'll have group 7, right? Group 7.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Dr. Veena Amman. See, before starting, sir, I wanted to share some information related to innovative projects, sir.
Yes.
I'll share my screen. Related to innovative project, PS Engineering College has arranged many project exhibition. Related to that, we prepared a technical report, name called as Navinya. I'll show you that Navinya technical project report. It contains all domain innovative project list. Sir, screen is visible, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
It is really a good effort we have made, sir, with under association with TechCube3, with Industry Institute Interaction Cell. That technical project report called as Navinya. It is released on 2019. See, this technical report contains 2017, 18 and 19 all domain projects, sir. All domain projects it contained, and every year we used to conduct project exhibition. Here our chairman, Dr. H.T. Chaudhaya, sir. PS Engineering College, sir, our college. Overview. Yes, sir. Yes. I'm editor of this Navinya.
Whole report, you can just now.
Okay, sir. 2 or 3 minutes. 2 minutes I'll take up, sir, because I wanted to share this information, sir, like different domain. I mean to say that all branches are involved in development of projects and all, but we need to encourage a student for each project. So you need to use some winner list and all. See, these things we used to do in our college, sir, related to all domain projects. We used to list out, and we based on the project examination, we used to announce the winner list.
Very good. Yeah.
Sir, each domain, you find that, I mean to say, how IoT is most important today's scenario, sir. All branches, they are doing their work, their problem statement related to IoT, sir.
Oh, very
See, sir, automobile engineering IoT application for agriculture electric cart.
Yes.
That is one of the best project, winner project. And one more is, sir, smart security solution and adaptive street light system. And you can see design and implementation of automatic energy meter using Internet of Things. Like many projects, whatever till now we have discussed, sir, everything is real-time project. Today it is existing, sir. And one more, I can say that fabrication, I mean to say, one more project, sir, water pressure monitoring and alarm system using IoT. That is also one of the, many are appreciated that work, sir. Then I'll continue with my presentation. And one more, every year we are conducting the project exhibition, and related to that, many students are involved in different domain work, and they used to consider social related activities, sir. That is what we need. Related to that, student can take up any domain work. That is no problem, sir. But the thing is, students should understand the necessity of society. That is what I wanted to say in this case, sir.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Now you can go on to your plan. Yes.
Okay, sir. I'll share my PPT. So my team members are Professor Padmini MS, NI College, Mysore, and Kartiga, Tyagaraja College of Engineering, Madurai, sir. My plan of action is IoT roadmap, and according to our college syllabus, I used to discuss, and related to that plan of action, I used to talk, and some of the innovative project what I have already shown, I'll discuss regarding that. See, whenever we plan for any IoT syllabus, it is a must. We need to consider these domain information, single board computing, and program related thing we need to talk, and network security we need to provide, and to do those things, a network communication related tools we need to introduce. And whenever we make a connectivity, it is a must. We need to store that information in a particular database. And nowadays we talk about cloud computing. In a cloud computing, we are going to store that information, and those thing whatever we design today's scenario, we used to develop in terms of mobile application that related to mobile app. Some of the related operating system we are going to consider in this case. What I mean to say in this IoT roadmap is these 6 things are necessary to convey the students. That's all. And related to PS Engineering College, in 6th semester, students, they are learning IoT syllabus, and computer science student, information student, and electronic students, they are learning this subject. And end of that course, they are developing some simple applications, sir. Simple application using different sensors and devices. And related to electronics and communication, in 5th semester, they have introduced one of the course called as technical skill 1. There they have added the course name Embedded System and IoT. In that, some of the simple work they are doing, sir. The same, and we have a well-established lab in CS department, IS department. Now EC and MCA department, they are planning to establish a lab, sir. And MCA 5th semester and 2nd semester, we have planned for IoT course, sir. At the end of the course, students should come out with various case study report. We are planning to come out with a various case study report which covers the concept of IoT. Already all are discussed related to IoT concept and model. The same thing we are considering in this case also, sir. And related to this, we are referring these books, reference books, and we use our supporting resources from NPTEL, and now we gathered from your side also some of the resources. We used to share that information, sir. And our action plan is, we already established from 2015 onwards, students are doing many projects related to IoT, sir. And VGST funded lab, I mean excellence lab is there in CS department. That's why what I plan with action plan, consider 2 stages, learning stage 1 and learning stage 2. In that learning stage 1, I used to consider UG and PG student, and I plan to share some of the, whatever I discussed in the syllabus, some of the abstract information I'll take up and I'll train UG and PG student. And related to this topic, how I can consider how student can place for a particular company in a learning stage 1 and learning stage 2. Internship and academic project program will be designed, and some of the real-time industry project with the guidance will be considered in learning stage 2. And related to this, they will student UG and PG student used to get project completion certificate, and related to their work, any placement is existing. That way we used to think, sir. Any work student used to do, at most according to their knowledge, they need to work in a company. That way we used to plan in the sections. And many applications have seen, but especially speaking in a IoT, that IoT in manufacturing industry, how it is useful, we need to think, because we used to talk about traffic monitoring system, agriculture, we used to talk health care system. Many work it is already done, but especially IoT, how IoT is helping in manufacturing industry, we need to think of, sir, because earlier 10 or 15 years back, we used to talk about ERP, right, enterprise resource planning. In that we used to talk manufacturing and non-manufacturing industry, how it is helping ERP. Similar way, we need to think in this direction, how this IoT is helping in manufacturing industry, that we need to consider, and we need to give information how student will come up with some information, I mean some problem statement that I planned regarding this, sir. And some of the innovative project we have introduced, a student has developed, that is a fabrication of biochemical battery for home automation into 2020, and traffic signal monitoring and controlling system, and IoT based smart agriculture system, and innovative projects 2019 IoT application for agriculture, electric cart, and smart blind stick using IoT, and smart mirror. See, this project is very much convincing, sir. Like whichever the way we use, like mobile phones, same way the mirror used to act, sir. That is what the project title, that is innovative project name, smart mirror using Raspberry Pi. The electronics department, they have developed a UG student, they have developed this work, sir. And smart traffic management system, and water pressure monitoring and alarm system using IoT, and innovative projects that is based on waste disassociation and monitoring system, and monitoring and controlling of poultry farm using IoT, and boy safety control and bike analyzer. And one more in 2017, UG student, computer science department, they have developed water monitoring and control system for agriculture and street light control as a IoT application. Why I consider these project is like whenever we talk about a syllabus, see, while speaking, we are conveying information with that, we need to give more, exposure related to these projects. See, we collected all information, video recording information related to these projects. While explaining a particular module, we used to talk about these application. And in these projects, if any drawbacks are there, we used to say to our student to add up their ideas. That is what we have planned for this next coming semesters, sir. This is my action of plan, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that was a very comprehensive presentation. In fact, now you have presented many resources which other institutions can also use. Isn't it? In fact, I can see in the chat there is a message requesting you to put up a link for the competition and so on, so you could respond to that.
Okay, sir. Okay, I'll do that, sir. Thank you very much.
Very good. This would be very helpful. Many institutions can take advantage of what PS College Mandya has done.
Okay, sir.
And this was the whole purpose, actually. This was the purpose of interacting between you, so that you have resources for your own stakeholders from many other institutions.
Okay, sir. We'll do that also.
You can make your platforms available to other institutions also.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Very good.
My group member Kartika, she will share the screen, sir. I'll close my screen.
No, but we have to now go to other groups. Do you have more to present now?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So I think we'll close group 7 now, and we'll go to group 8. Now, before we go to group 8, I must mention that Professor Srinivas, Dr. Srinivas has put up a link for feedback in the chat. Please, if possible, please complete the feedback right away. And there's a little change in the feedback form. As you can see here, it appears to say email address is optional, but email address is not optional. We require your email address. It is required, because we need to know who is giving me the
Professor Veena, you're sharing your screen. Can you please stop sharing?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes. So we do need to know the email addresses. In fact, if possible, you can also mention your name. So it's not anonymous. We would like to know where the feedback is coming from, because we also wanted to mark the attendance, mark the participation. So you can put your name in brackets along with the email if you like, right? So please do that. And now we have group 8.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, myself is Dr. Sadhna Bangar Shetty from Basaveshwar Engineering College, Bagalkot, Karnataka. And one more, my group mate is Arpan sir and Sujan Kumar sir. So Arpan sir is presenting our plan
Very
behalf
good.
of our group.
Yes.
Arpan sir,
Yeah, I'm just
Arpan
sharing
sir.
this screen. Yeah, I'm just sharing this screen.
Okay, sir, start the presentation, sir.
ಅದು ಯಾರೋ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ತಡಿ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. ಅಪ್ಪು ಊಟ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನ.
So in the mail from NPIU, we were actually told after completion of the course, we have to at least offer some training course to our students. At least 60 students we will have to train after completion of this course. So we basically plan for that course itself, and NAM is already having a IoT course in her department, and in mining also it is about to come, and students will also propose one. So mainly for that training course that we are going to offer, for that we have thought that we will have a skeleton, but some things has to be changed depending on the target audience that we are putting and what participants are expecting. That we have to first see, and what are the available resources we have in our department. Depending on that, we have to make some modifications. But it is the overall structure that we somewhat decided. So in the first module, we'll basically discuss the philosophy that basically what Professor Mulli covered in first day. And in second module, we'll just talk about what different kind of sensors means, that what is sensitivity and the basic of sensor and how to do data sheet and all. Basically the topics that Mariam Madam covered. In the third module, we'll just talk something about that what is wired connection, what is wireless connection, underline physics of it, means how actually antenna works. We just thought putting this will bring some interest to the student about the topic and all. Because of that reason, we just kept it. And then we'll talk about some embedded platform depending on what resources we have with us. But basically, I will start with Arduino basically because that is the easiest thing our students can actually buy. And then we'll talk about functional layers. Here, depending on which department students we are targeting, we'll have some modifications here. And then we'll talk about some signal processing and importance of analytics that is very much part of the IoT ecosystem. Those things we will cover in this module. And first, in this module, in the 7th module, we will cover basically what all things they teach in cybersecurity. That basic, what is the conventional network, then we will just add up what is limitation of that, and how that 5G technology and introduction of SDN may help solve those problems that basic conventional network is having. And obviously, when we are talking about IoT, we must cover something about cloud computing and concept like fog and edge computing. And we also think that while we are talking about cloud, then we should also teach them how to set up a local cloud server, or maybe the Blinkly type of the online server. That kind of experiment we should have. That also we somewhat decided. And in the last module, we will capture some of the case studies where, because of that, when cybersecurity industry, how much important it is, and why for IoT application, this security is a big concern. Because first we will tell them about how actually encryption thing works, and as our IoT devices are lightweight, we cannot actually have heavy encryption algorithm implemented in them. That kind of outlook we will try to give them in our last module. And then for our lab session, we just thought basically we will first the students who are joining our course, we will ask them to have some minimum kit with which they can actually get started. When we are just asking them to have LEDs, basically LED they will visualize as their actuator, a basic actuator LED and a basic sensor LDR, which are very much cheap that they can afford to buy, and some jumper wires and resistors for making their front-end circuitry and all. And we have also suggested they should have some additional recommended kit for higher experiments, but those who are short in budget, they can also get started with this small set of starter kits. So, and we also decided some experiment that we can actually do quite good in online setup and all, even without physical contact. Some experiment that we can ask them to do, in the sensor part that we are also somehow putting image processing is mainly because in a remote setup thing that image processing is the best thing actually we can teach to our students. So that's why actually we put this image processing part here. And for the feedback that evaluation is actually not evaluation for the students, it is evaluation for us to make sure that what we are teaching actually it is getting in their head. To make sure of that, we are planning to conduct eco session at the end of each module, and we will also give them assignment that they have to return back, and just by seeing the assignment we can be sure that they are just getting the things. And as an outcome of the project, we are planning to ask our students to submit a mini project of their choice. Means all the lab devices, equipment they have bought, means devices they have bought for the lab practice, and using the laptop, they should come up with some mini project that they should present in a particular format, that what was the problem they were trying to tackle, and have a presentation on it and a live demo, and they should record it and send it to us for evaluation. That kind of overall planning we have actually done, that we are going to do after we complete our course this short of. So that is all what we have planned.
Yes, very nicely planned. I think, that was a very, in fact, I'm very happy to see that you have also thought about how you'll be able to get an eco session from the students. That's a very good idea. And also you have both components, the so-called theory component, the lab component, project component. So very good. These are so many different diverse examples of plans, and all of you can amalgamate each other's plans also. And you can take advantage of the other people, because this recording will be available to you, so you can make use of each other's plans as well. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Sir?
Yes.
The plan can be changed later, no, sir? We can
Of course,
modify that.
This is just to
According to our requirements, we can change your plan.
Yes.
And we can also collaborate with other resource persons.
Yes, that is the whole idea.
Yes.
This is a tentative plan which you're giving, but you can make use of the other presentations to improve upon it.
Because,
Yeah.
sir, two of other staff of my college are planning to join this course, but unfortunately they did not get the registration for this workshop.
I see.
And I think later they will get that chance and they can attend this program. And later we can plan, no, sir?
Yes.
All of us
You
together
should
we plan.
because I think the NPIU would like you to plan your skills training as soon as possible. So you should start doing that as soon as possible.
So, because from my college, I am the alone participant. So, it is, I think, a little bit not possible to conduct alone.
No, you need not conduct alone, but you can represent this workshop to your other colleagues, and you make use of the recordings of this workshop along with your other colleagues to plan your skills training. Yes.
Okay. Then I can take the help of other my colleagues.
Certainly, yes. I mean, certainly. In fact, that's the reason why you have these groups formed and you have all these resources available to you.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now we have group 9.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Abhinav Kumar Singh.
Yes.
And I am going to present for my group. Is my slides visible, sir?
Yes, it is.
So today I'm going to present our work plan for TechUp workshop that we are going to organize on our institute level. And our group is constituted with 3 members, Ashish Kumar Sahu, Abhinav, myself, and Navneet Kumar Singh. And since we are very much grateful to IIT Bombay, who has gifted us with such a good knowledge and intellects, and it's our role is now to unwrap them at our institute level. So we have divided our course structures, but before that, I just want to give a brief objective of my workshop that I'm going to conduct. It will provide an introduction of and bring about all the opportunities that are available for the IoTs to the student. We shall expose our students for the various subfields and technologies stack of the IoT. We will also enable our people to convert their IoT products idea into working prototype. We will make them aware and give them idea to work on with the Raspberry Pi and Arduino Uno and different cloud platforms. And it will be any one of our students who get motivated and come up with their own innovative ideas and it will be supported by us on both at the mentorship level and as well as at the investment level. So we have divided our complete coursework in 3 parts. First, at the quantified learning level, second, parallel thinking, and third, hands-on. In quantified learning level, this is our role to create a platform or ecosystem for our student so that they can get motivated to pursue a career, or they should get some idea to work on. We will give enough knowledge that we have learned on this at IIT Bombay, and we will help them with the knowledge to learn them. In parallel thinking, we will make a collaborative work with our student, where both faculty and the student will work together to create some kind of ideas. And in a hands-on session, we will conduct the lab session that will be totally done by our student only. We will provide them with the assignments on design level that our students can design himself, and then they should produce to the us or to any other platform. So our course structure has been totally divided into 8 modules, which is comprises of theory as well as on the hands-on session. 6 modules has been devoted to the theory, and 2 modules has been devoted to the practical sessions. We have divided our modules based on the learnings of IIT Bombay, and whatever we have learned from the professors of the IIT Bombay, each individual session has been divided into each module. We have to unwrap what we have learned at IIT Bombay. So our first module is constituted of Introduction to Internet of Things. Here we will come up with the ideas, and we will motivate the students with the sensors, the IoT design goals, devices, examples, etc. In second modules, and in first module itself, we have second chapter that will be introduced on the sensors, actuators, and interconnects, where we will let them know about the different kinds of available sensors, how we can assemble them. In module 2, we will give idea about the networking of the IoT nodes, how it can communicate, what are the different protocols available for these communications. We will also introduce them if the number of devices or nodes increases, how we can make it working. In module 2 itself, we will also teach our students on the digital signal processing, how we can do sampling, quantization, digital filtering, etc. In module 3, we will guide our students on the sensors to systems for IoT. Here we will give a result about what we have learned from Anupama Madam's session. That is basically on the sensitivity, precision, or what are the parameters, different parameters that are plays an important or key role for the sensors. In module 3 itself, we have 2 more topics, that is audio signal processing for IoT and IoT communication for IoTs. Here we will teach about the radio aspect of the IoT and how we can use the GNU radio for our work. In module 4, we will talk about the smart energy utilization and wireless connectivity solutions and embedded operating system platforms for IoT network. We will also do some of the case studies. In IIT Bombay, it has taught about agricultural case. So we will first give a student our idea about the agricultural. In module 5, we will create a lab session based on the Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Service Cloud Computing, and we will teach them how to use them. In module 6, we will take on with the IoT and Internet of Everything to Indian industries and how it can get their work done. We can also give an idea about the introduction to 5th generation communication, that is 5G. This session was taken by you, and I know I will not be able to do as much as you, but I shall try to give some of the ideas to them. And module 6, that we will lead our students on the cloud computing and platforms in IoT and edge computing topics. In module 7, we will give them on the visual applications of the IoT and the smart energy utilization. And module 8 will be completely again a lab session. We will have the assembly of sensors. We will guide them on demo on things on boards and things board and machine health monitoring systems. We will let them to use the clouds and how to use these clouds effectively with the sensors to collect the data. That's all from our side. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, very good, very nice, Abhinav. I think that was a very comprehensive plan, very nice. So it's good to see that everybody has a comprehensive plan. In fact, there is, as I said, a lot of diversity between the plans, so you can take advantage of each other's plans to improve upon your plan even in future. And in fact, you can continue your connection with one another through the WhatsApp group and also through the email. So that, yeah, very good. I'm very happy to see that, some of you have submitted the feedback. Please do submit the feedback. We require it to issue a certificate. And please mention your email. Your email is essential on the feedback form. Yeah, so thank you very much, Group 8. And we'll now go to Group 9.
So we were Group 9, sir.
Oh, sorry, you are Group 9. Yes, Group
Sir,
10.
excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, myself, Sadhana madam.
Yes.
In feedback form, mail ID when I entered along with my name, it will not accept.
Oh, I see.
It will not accept.
Then
Just
maybe-
only mail ID we can
Only
accept.
mail ID you write, and maybe in one of the other places where there's a textual input.
Yeah, their suggestions are
Professor.
there. No, there we can.
Yes, yes.
Actually, the Google form that we have shared, it is mandatory to give the email address. Once we get the email address, that should be sufficient because we have the list of participants and their email addresses.
Fine, yes.
So we can just correlate with that email address.
Fine. So then I think maybe the name is not required if the email address is correct.
Yes, correct.
If the email address is correctly given, the name is not required.
Okay,
But
sir.
what you can do is, but all of you can mention the name just for clarity in the suggestions. When you give the suggestions or when you give the textual feedback, all of you can mention your name also there.
Yeah, we have a last question, any other suggestion?
already submitted, sir.
Okay, doesn't matter. You've given the email, no? Anyway, the email is there.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine.
The email will be enough. Yeah,
Okay, sir. Fine.
email is
Okay,
enough.
thank you, sir.
Because as Dr. Srinivas says, the email will be adequate to identify, from the
Valid email.
valid email, your email. That is, so we should be able to identify you from your email.
Yeah, as you said, still we have a last question. Any other suggestions? If they want, they can just give the name there.
Yeah, those who have not yet submitted, they can mention. And even if you have submitted, you can submit again, no problem.
No, we have given only one submission, single submission.
Only one submission.
Yeah.
Fine,
one
no
submission,
problem.
sir. Okay, fine.
Doesn't matter. But you have given your
Okay,
email
fine.
correctly, no?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you have given your email correctly, that's enough because we can identify you through your email.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Those who have not yet submitted, they can write their names in the textual part. But it's not a cause for worry because from the email, as Dr. Srinivas says, we can identify the person. But we need that identification. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Now, thank you. And now we'll have Group 9. I'm sorry, Group 9 is done,
No,
right?
sir, Group 10.
Group 10.
Yes, sir. This is now Group 10. Okay, sir.
Yes.
So now presenting. Invisible?
No.
Okay.
Yes, it's coming now. Yes.
This is coming now, no? Okay, sir.
Yes.
Now go to the okay. A report on sir, myself Ramesh Shah. So we are group from 10 and our group member is Niranjan Jyoti Borua, assistant professor, Assam Engineering College, Assam, and myself Ramesh Shah, assistant professor, Guwahati University Institute of Science and Technology, Assam, and Sunuan Sekhar sir, assistant professor, Muzaffarpur Institute of Technology, Bihar. So my our a report for work plan of workshop in IoT. So lots of knowledge are gathered from this workshop, and which can be incorporated to our student as well as regular faculty who are working in here. And beside this, we are creating a IoT lab in under the guidance of the NPIU, and lots of students like second year, third year are working, and fourth year also are working on there. and making the new prototype regarding the IoT based framework, and define aspects like ECG, healthcare, and lots of things were learned from here. We can incorporating this in our environment also. So we are planning the simple 7 days workshop, IoT based workshop. So we can describe in this slide. The main objective of this course is overview of IoT. So first, nowadays during the upcoming 5G technology we see in this workshop, the IoT is one connected. So this is the very important thing, and various IoT platform and its architecture is need to not only the ITCS electronics, it is for every branch how IoT work on this scenario, and various communication protocol for use in IoT, and introduction to the latest sensor and actuator, because day by day sensor are changes according to the behaviors, and perfection of sensor is changes, and interfacing of IoT and actuator, and real-time data monitoring, and overview of the machine learning in IoT, because without machine learning we cannot process data in back in the end, and where the particular person are collecting data, particular sensor collecting data, and give some feedback to the particular point of person to what happening about the data. This is also machine learning algorithm, and somehow the deep learning algorithm is important in that scenario. And next is the critical analysis of the IoT during course duration. So theory of architecture and system level design in IoT, hands-on experience on using IoT board and simulation platform for deploying real world application, and model also suggest to model of curriculum for IoT with relevance for the Indian Higher Education Institute should be included in our new proposal in NEP, is very helpful for in our education system. And major course convert during the IoT session is introduction IoT current product and open source electronics in IoT courses and tools, and communication protocol. Actuator to image processing application in IoT. The issue and case study of in IoT and future of the IoT technology. So next part is this is divided in two parts. One is the theoretical and practical part. So theoretical part is discussed by the Shekhar sir. Shekhar sir, what do you? Shekhar sir.
What we are planning is a very
Okay.
Little louder, Shekhar.
Yes, sir. In the description of the course, the theory section, it will consist of embedded processors and operating systems of IoT, introduction to IoT in the section of architecture, implementation and challenges, applications of IoT in various parts, protocol stack and communication protocol in IoT, cloud-based IoT communication protocols, and overview of machine learning in the Internet of Things, small heavy system using Internet of Things, security management in the Internet of Things, and software-defined networking and its application over IoT-based systems. This will consist in our theory section. So it is a part of our work plan, and the practical section will be covered by Niranjan sir.
Okay, thank you, Shekhar sir. Now, Niranjan sir, please describe this practical section.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, myself, Niranjan Jyoti Bora from Assam Engineering College. So, in my college, the students used to start their projects from the third year itself. So, in various topics like the IoT applications. So, the students could be prepared from the second year itself by giving them flavor of this IoT. And since the second year students have already this prior knowledge of the C language, so they can easily adapt themselves for writing the codes in the Arduino IDE. So we are thinking of starting with the Arduino board, which will be a basic board for them. So we'll give the introductions to the Arduino board and the Arduino environment, that is Arduino IDE. And we are going to demonstrate them how this Arduino board can be used to for blinking of LED, say, and how the status of this LED can be printed in the serial board, and also how we can read data from the serial monitor. So by reading this data from the serial monitor means, say for example, I need the LED to blink 5 times. So the user, so it will be the user dependent. Means user can specify the number of the blinking of this number of times that the LED should blink. So this can be given from the serial monitor itself. So this will be about the first experiment, and we are thinking of the second experiment to be how to control a servo by servo motor with the help of this Arduino board. And next, the third experiments will be the measuring the speed of the light with the Arduino by using the ultrasonic sensor, and the reading of that speed of light will be displayed in the LCD display. So that's how they will be knowing the various senses, namely the ultrasonic sensor or the LCD display, how it can be interconnected with the Arduino board. So next thing is, so we are going to introduce them how a Python can be used with the Arduino board. And one important functions that the Python has is the matplotlib. As you can see, it is in the second last line. So matplotlib, by matplotlib, we can give the we can show the data in the graphical form, basically. So the second last experiments we will be focusing on how a live streaming data can be plotted in the graphical way by using this matplot library. And lastly, we are thinking of introducing then the ESP32, since this ESP32 has the capability of connecting with the Wi-Fi directly, since it has the inbuilt Wi-Fi module and as well as the Bluetooth module. So it will be used for the cloud-based experiments, so that we can control the appliances, such as the any home appliances can be controlled by using this ESP32 with the help of this relay modules, and also the sensors data can be monitored in the real time over the internet. And lastly, we are thinking of giving the mini projects to the students in the group. So this is how we are planning for our course actually. So that is for our side. Thank you.
Very good. I think that's a very good comprehensive plan, and in fact, I can see that you plan both experimental side, theory, or each of you has plans separately. Very good. That's very nice to see. Very good. So now we have the last group, group 11.
Okay, can I stop sharing?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
So group 11, please. Yes.
Yes, we will be sharing very soon.
Yes.
Is this screen visible, sir?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So, very good afternoon to all of you. This is the action plan of Group 11. We are 3 members in Group 11. I'm Dr. Kaushal Jha from Bhagalpur College of Engineering. Then we have Jagdeep sir from GNDEC Ludhiana and Tamar Das from Tripura Institute of Technology. So shall I zoom in a bit?
Yes, that is better.
So this is the course title, Internet of Things, and the mentors. So this is the course content. So we have divided basically into 5 modules. The first module is IoT, Introduction and Fundamentals. In this basically deciphering the term simply means we will be explaining what is IoT and what are the possible applications or real life application that is being deployed now, benefits and challenges, what are the benefits and the certain challenges which are there in deploying these Internet of Things. Then components we will briefly describe over here, and understanding the basic packaging and power constraints for IoT implementation. Then the second module is basically on signals, sensors, actuators and interfaces. So different type of sensors will be explained. Then what are the non-idealities, sensitivity, noise, minimum detectable signal, these things. Then readout circuits, instrumentation amplifier, SNR definition. What is importance of all these? While choosing a sensors, all these things will be taken in detail. Then they will be getting familiar with calibration, chopping, auto-zeroing, power and energy considerations will also be taken into consideration, and basic signal processing, which is filtering, quantization, basically moving towards digitization. This will be covered. Then the third module is basically this will take more time. First and second module will not be that much in terms of hours if we compare. Module 3 will be will take more time, nearly 15 hours. So module 3 will be networking and cloud computing in IoT. So in this, whatever the communication networks, basically here I have written review, but the students are not will be BTech students, and mostly in our college they will be from non programming background. So instead of review, I should have mentioned it as communication networks, introduction of basic communication networks to them. And then challenges in IoT, networking of IoT nodes, range, bandwidth, and what is machine to machine communication, and IoT technology, medium access control protocols, then standards of IoT, then the thing which was taken by Sir, 5G cellular networks, 5G IoT communication, all these things, then wireless communication for IoT, and different what are the security and privacies, MQTT protocol, then cloud computing platform, and Microsoft Azure will be introduced also to them, and local setup of such environment. Then embedded software relevant to microcontrollers and IoT platforms. And this I have introduced a bit so that they are aware with the computing type of thing, that what is linear regression, statistics relevant to large data, basic of clustering and classification. Then hardware and software, basically experimental labs. So this module will totally be on the hands-on training. So it will be basically, I have seen in my college students are familiar with Arduino, whether they are civil, they are mechanical. So all the experiments mostly will be performed using Arduino. And these all things I will be taking help of computer science faculty from our institute in this module. I have talked with him also. And so we will be doing experimentation, and this will be taken while discussing with the students as soon when they will finish the theory part. And after, let's say, after going through first 3 modules, they will be familiar with what they have to do, and they will plan the project. We will be discussing with the students, and then we will be performing the experiment basically. At least and we will be dividing them in groups of 2, not more than 2. We will try to group either 2 or 3, not more than that, so that they can perform different projects, mini projects, small projects on this thing. That will be all from our side.
Okay, very good. So it's good to see that you've planned out the different modules very well. And now that brings us to the end of the planned presentations by all the groups. I'm very happy to see that each group came forward. And I'm also happy to see that each group has uploaded its files at the site. Only thing is that, some of the groups have uploaded, the plan, but not the presentation. So it would be nice if you upload all the files that you have relevant to this presentation and plan in your respective group folder, because these group folders will be available to all of you. So it will be very useful to have, this available to all of you. The link will be available even later. You can keep adding to it. You can download from it. So it's a resource that we have created by collaborative learning. In fact, in this whole workshop itself, you've learned how to do collaborative learning, which you can implement at your institute also.